Hi, this is a pre-recorded lecture on degrees of comparison prescribed by Mangalore University as part of syllabus, compulsory foundation course in English, prescribed for first semester BBA. The session is numbered 28. So let's look at what are degrees of comparison? How do we transform one sentence to the other? Have you ever thought, how do we judge things in life? Don't we compare and assess the quality of persons, places, or things? Have you observed that in day-to-day conversations, adjectives and adverbs are used to describe quality of persons, places, or things? How are they used in sentences? Do you know what do we call them? The learning objective of this session is to identify the 3 degrees of comparison used in sentences. Session outcome is learners are intended to learn the 3 degrees of comparison and their structures. Let's look at the 3 degrees of comparison in detail. Let's discuss about positive degree. So, every adjective and adverb can be written in one of the following 3 degrees. Let's now discuss about the positive degree. What happens in positive degree is that it doesn't offer any comparison. Rather, it just tells us about the existence of a quality. So, the positive degree of an adjective is the adjective in its simple form. For example, the adjective slow, beautiful, happy, tall, dangerous, etc. etc. And adverbs slowly, beautifully, happily, dangerously, whatever. Whereas the comparative degree compares 2 things to show which has the lesser or greater degree of the quality. The comparative degree of an adjective shows a higher degree of the quality than that is present in the positive degree. So it compares 2 things basically. For example, adjectives slower, more beautiful, happier, more dangerous, taller, so on and so forth. Adverbs more slowly, more beautifully, more happily, and so on. Whereas what happens in the superlative degree is that in this degree, more than 2 things are compared to show which has the least or greatest degree of the quality. The superlative degree of an adjective denotes the highest degree of the quality. For example, slowest, most beautiful, happiest, tallest, most dangerous, and so on. Adverbs most slowly, most beautifully, most happily. Look into all the 3 degrees of comparison through examples. In the positive degree, we say Sharat is tall. So it's very simple proclamation of the fact. No comparison, right? Whereas when you compare this sentence, when you change this sentence to comparative degree, then you compare him with some other person. Sharat is taller than Bhavit. When you come to superlative degree, you change the sentence as Praveen is the tallest of the three. So let's look into the analysis of these three degrees. In sentence 1, the adjective tall merely says something about Sharat's height and it doesn't state how tall Sharat is, right? In sentence 2, the adjective taller is used to compare Sharat's height with Bhavit's height. Whereas in sentence 3, the adjective tallest is used to compare Sharat's height with the height of Bhavit and Praveen. Thus, the adjectives change in form to show the comparison. These different forms of the adjective are called the degrees of comparison. Observe the transformation of the adjective hungry in all three degrees of comparison. Positive degree, Dhanush is hungry. Look into the transformation of the word hungry in comparative degree. Dhanush is hungrier than Prakash. So you introduce another character to compare Dhanush's hunger. In the superlative degree, Dhanush is the hungriest of all. So you keep him supreme and describe him with the adjective. So what happens if there is no distinction of quality? Can you assess anything in the world? So the degrees of comparison are nothing but the distinction of quality made through adjectives and adverbs. Do you think assessing the quality of anything is important? Are you fond of using adjectives and adverbs? Don't you think that they give more clarity to your expressions? Let's look at some of the multiple choice questions. In which degree no comparison is made? Choice A, comparative degree, B, superlative degree, C, positive degree, and D, none of the above. What is the answer? As we just rehearsed earlier, in positive degree, we make no comparison, right? So the answer is positive degree. Move to the second question. The comparative degree of the word slow is dash. Slowest, slower, slow, none of the above. What is the answer? Slower, right? So the third question, more than two things are compared in dash. Positive degree, comparative degree, superlative degree, none of the above. What is the answer? It's superlative degree, right? Move to the fourth question. Dash transform according to the degree. Is it the noun, adjectives, verb, or none of the above? The answer is adjectives. So the last question, fifth one. The word hungriest is a dash form of degree. Comparative degree, superlative degree, positive degree, none of the above. What is the answer? It is superlative degree. So the references used in preparing this session are the prescribed textbook Spectrum 1, published at Hyderabad by Orient Black Swan Limited in the year 2019. The three grammar books used are Intermediate English Grammar, second edition by Raymond Murphy, published by Cambridge in the year 1999, and a Practical English Grammar, fourth edition by Thomson AJ and A.V. Martinet, published by Oxford Publications in the year 1997, and the book titled Essentials of English Grammar and Composition by Agarwala NK, published at New Delhi by Goyal Brothers in the year 2017. So thank you.